Hey, what's up guys, I'm Styler, and in this video I'm going to review the ZTE Nubia Z17 Lite in blue, a beautiful smartphone with a true bezel-less display. The original flagship Z17 was released back in June 2017 and had a pretty high price tag on over $500. Now ZTE have released a new Lite version with the same cool design and bezel-less display, but with lower specs and a much better price. If you're interested in this phone, remember to check the video description for more info and a link. So without any further ado, let's start the video. With the phone you get all the usual stuff, like a standard English quick start guide, a white USB Type-C cable, SIM tray pin, Type-C to 3.5mm headphone jack adapter, and last a CE certificated wall charger with 5V 1.5 amp. So we have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 653, which is an octa-core CPU clocked at 1.9 plus 1.4 GHz. A non-removable big 3200 mAh battery. We also have 6 GB of RAM and 64 GB of internal storage. Out of this internal storage we have around 51 GB left, and the RAM speed is extremely fast. The SIM tray supports 2 nano SIMs, but unfortunately there is no support for a micro SD card. The phone feels very nice and thin in the hand, and the back looks great in this matte metallic blue color, which doesn't leave too many fingerprints. The back is made of metal and seems pretty scratch resistant. In the top we have a Samsung front camera on 16 megapixel, light and proximity sensor, and a very clear and loud ear speaker. The 16:9 IPS LCD display is protected by Gorilla Glass and on 5.5 inch with the resolution of 1920 by 1080p pixels, also known as Full HD. The phone features 3 backlit capacitive hardware buttons that can be used for the navigation, and the red home button is also used as a fading notification LED, but only in one color. The quality of the front camera is pretty good. It supports face beauty and zoom, and under good lighting conditions it can capture a lot of detail, and even in low light it is possible to shoot some okay pictures. If you use the front flash, which just lights up the whole display in white in half a second before the picture is taken. And close up this actually works. Here you see more info about the built-in display, and I must say that I'm extremely satisfied with the quality. The viewing angles are good, sharpness and colors very brilliant to look at and much better than expected. And the side bezels are extremely thin and slightly curved. Regarding the screen sensitivity, I haven't experienced any ghost touches or problems. The touch panel is very smooth and can register up to 10 touches at the same time and seems to be perfectly optimized. In the phone settings we find many different special features. You can swap the back and recent buttons. We have some touch gestures like double tap to wake, cover the display with your palm to turn it off, or 3-finger slide to jump around recent apps. And I must say that this is an extremely convenient feature to have. In smart sensing, we have many motion smart features to dial, answer or mute the phone, but the best one is shake to clear, where you just shake the phone to remove notifications or clear the recent apps. It also supports app lock, where you can set your fingerprint to unlock certain apps. If you slide up you get the quick toggles and some shortcuts. Then we also have edge gestures, which can be set to recent apps, or you choose 2 special apps. Slide the edge up and down fast to accelerate the phone. Slide down to start a special custom app, or slide up to start another one. Slide on both sides to control the brightness, or double tap on the edge to go back. We also find support for pocket mode. You can set the brightness and some settings for the round notification circle. There are settings for the screen colors and temperature, and even a special sunshine display mode. There is built-in NFC and support for Wi-Fi calling. And last, you can choose a special performance mode for chosen apps. The round rear fingerprint sensor works good, the accuracy is top. It is a bit deeper into the phone so you can feel it with your finger. However, the wake and unlock speed is not the fastest. It takes about 1 second before something happens. so compared to my OnePlus 5 or Xiaomi Mix 2, it feels a bit slow. Here I used Nova Launcher instead of the stock launcher, and a special nice thing in my opinion is that I can also just double tap to turn off the screen. The phone is missing a real 3.5mm headphone jack, and that's why ZTE included a small 3.5 headphone jack adapter for the USB Type-C port, so in the top we only find a noise cancelling mic. In the bottom the phone is only 7.6mm, so it's very slim, and the unibody feels premium and like high quality. The power and volume keys are placed on the right side. They are responsive and tactile, and also made of metal. If you shake the phone heavy, they do not rattle. In the bottom we find a high quality single speaker, a microphone and a USB Type-C port. The speaker is loud and with pretty good sound quality, and much better than on most other cheap Chinese budget phones. The phone supports USB on the go. The included wall charger is only on 5V 1.5 amp, but still with that one I managed to charge 30% in about 30 minutes. The built-in non-removable 3200 mAh battery gives good battery life thanks to Nubia's new Power 3.0 technology, and I was able to use the phone with normal usage more than one full day. With light usage I would say that 1.5 days should be possible, but it also depends on how and what you use your phone for. The main camera app is pretty simple. We find different modes like 3D capture, macro mode, and other things like for example time-lapse, slow motion and clone. We also find a special pro mode, and in portrait mode it uses the dual camera setup, and you can change the aperture with a slider. There are some color filters, and there are various camera settings like picture size and more. In the advanced settings you can change the video quality, where the rear Sony IMX camera has support for 4K, and it is possible to adjust the aperture or focus after you have taken the picture, which is pretty cool. Let me just show it for you here. The bokeh effect achieved through the dual camera is nice, and it can in fact recognize the objects. In video mode the quality is just about average, details and sharpness could be better, and the autofocus is a little bit annoying, but video footage can be used. Regarding the GPS, the 3D fix was done in 5 seconds. It has support for cloners. The signal reception seems strong, but the accuracy could be better. The best I got was about 8 meters. As for the sensors, it has a lot of them built in. And things like gyroscope, e-compass, accelerometer and proximity sensor works perfect, which means that 360 VR YouTube and compass will work without any issues. Moving on to the performance. The CPU Snapdragon 653 used in this phone is in the middle class, so the score is just average. In Antutu it scores close to 82,000, which is no top score, but still more than enough for most users and a decent day-to-day performance. 3D games like Asphalt 8 runs absolutely smooth in high settings, with almost no frame drops, so gaming is cool on this phone. The phone is using Android 7.1.1 with wireless update support and comes out of the box with the Google Play Store. On top it uses the launcher called Nubia UI 5.0, which also supports app shortcuts. Swipe up to activate the multi-launcher, which is 2 desktops or 2 apps in split screen mode. The phone handles multitasking like butter. Check the phone and you can clear the memory, while the quick toggles are located in the bottom. The network connectivity is top on this phone and it can connect to 2G, 3G and 4G, but there is no LTE band 20 support, so I just got H+, but still HD voice. It has support for dual band Wi-Fi on 2.4 and 5 GHz, where the download speed was on amazing 118 megabits, so very fast. And with the latest YouTube app you can play videos smooth in 1080p at 60 frames per second, which looks really nice with the big bezel-less display. Now to my final verdict. The ZTE Nubia Z17 Lite is an amazing and very beautiful premium mid-range smartphone. It still includes the most important features from the original Z17, like for example NFC, brilliant bezel-less display and edge gestures. And for the current new price, this phone is absolutely stunning. The CPU is slower, yes, but with day-to-day use and 3D gaming you won't feel much of a difference to the more expensive version. Also, it's very nice that it came out of the box with the Google Play Store and support for OTA wireless updates. The only complaint I have is that the stock icons can't be changed, as there are no options for themes or the launcher layout, but I solved that with installing Nova Launcher instead, which works flawless on this phone. Bottom line is that I'm in love with this phone, so much that it is now my new daily driver. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching this video and I hope to see you in my next one.